In case nobody's told you today, happiness is fleeting. You're totally on your own in this life, and one day you're going to die. Now, how's that for a motivational hook to pull you into today's video? Now, you certainly can't accuse me of not being inspirational and motivating in your life. I'm full of all this wisdom and all this energy and drive that's going to motivate you and drive you forward in life. But I just wanted to get that one in there to remind you that, yeah, life can be a shitstorm. None of us sail through life as happy as Larry. We have problems, we have obstacles. We have to overcome so much in our lives. We're not always happy. Some of us are not happy at all. In fact, a lot of us go through life just full of angst, full of stress. We wake up every single morning regretting the choices we've made, the way we live our lives, feeling like we're in an eternal prison, feeling like there's no way out. Does that ring any bells with you? If that's you I'm talking about here, then welcome to my little beach walk today. One of the biggest things I've learned in this life is ultimately we are all alone. We may have family, we surround ourselves with friends, people who mean a lot to us in our lives. But at the end of the day, nobody gets inside your head the way you do. Nobody can influence your thoughts. No one has the ability to look inside your head and see the dynamics of your personality, to see who you are, to see what motivates you, to see what saddens you, brings joy to your life, puts a spring in your step. Only you truly know that. Nobody else does. Therefore, you must dance to the sound of your own beat. Bop to the sound of your own drum. You must do what you want to do. You must do what makes you happy. You must do what makes you unique. And don't care and don't feel the judgment and the wrath of other people. Don't let it get under your skin. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Because at the ripe old age of 52, I now finally feel like I've got a true concept of who I am. I have a true belief in me. I know what turns me on in life. I know what puts me off. I know what motivates me. I know what drives me. Ultimately, I know what sets me on fire. And it's not just a passing, fleeting feeling. This is set for life now. These feelings that I've built up over 50 years of living on this planet. I'm big enough and old enough to know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And that's fine. We're not meant to be. You're not going to go through life and have everybody you meet, every interaction you have with a fellow human being is going to be a memorable one and is going to be a warm, inviting one. Because there are people out there who won't warm to your personality. There's people out there who'll think you're a bit of a dick, if the truth be known. And that's absolutely fine, because that's life. You can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time. Never a truer word has been spoken than that. And I firmly believe that. It's just the essence of life. It's obvious. And what you do is you hopefully find people who make you feel good about yourself. Find people who put you up on a pedestal, not put you down in the depths of hell. I've done that. I've surrounded myself with positive, like-minded individuals to myself. And if you're thinking, oh, that's all good and well for you, I don't know anybody like that, then go and find people like that. It's not rocket science. Make friends with people. Watch somebody on YouTube, watch somebody on social media, watch somebody who you could resonate with their message. Someone who makes you think, I totally agree with what this person's saying. I value this person's opinion. Do you know what? I'm going to send this person a message. I'd like to meet this person. Yesterday, I travelled up to Holy Island in Northumberland. Lindisfarne is known as, but it's also known more popularly as Holy Island. A fascinating island full of so much history. Viking raids, ghostly monks, bells under the sea that still toll, dragons, fiery dragons in the sky. Fascinating place. So I went yesterday thinking it was going to be quieter because it's the end of September, it's half term. The place was packed. There's not a spare car parking spot to be had in a gigantic car park. But it was a beautiful day. Really, really sunny. Really, just the sun stayed in the sky all day. Wasn't an ounce of wind. It's just, one of those special days in life that come along every now and then. Yesterday was it. We did a bit of exploration, visited a few more castles along the coast, and I had a thoroughly amazing day. And I also happened to record a video, which is not going to go out on this channel. That's going to go on to other channel, my history channel, which remains to be seen whether I'll continue with that channel, if the truth be known. And why is that, Ellis? Why is that? Well, this is why. Because I pour my heart and soul into it. I put a lot of effort into that channel. And when I say a lot of effort, I do mean a lot of effort. So, case in point, I travelled yesterday an hour and a half to Holy Island. from my home here. Spent about 5 hours on the island telling the stories, wandering around, recording myself, having people look at me like I'm an idiot. Who's this guy? Why's he got a camera out? What's going on? And I had my cousin there. And my cousin had a secondary camera. He was recording me, recording myself, that type of thing. So I came home last night and downloaded about 180 individual video files onto my computer, which I now have to sift through over the coming days and edit them and put them all together into some form of entertaining 15-20 minute long YouTube video on Holy Island that'll go onto my channel. Now here's the kicker and here's the reality. Nothing is guaranteed in life. So I can put all that effort, all that energy into doing this video. And it is going to be a lot of effort. I'm probably looking at the back end of 20 hours worth of editing to produce this episode and bring it to life. And the reality of the situation is, if I look at previous statistics, I might break about 150 views if I'm absolutely lucky. So let me ask you, outwardly, does that seem worth it to produce something? Creatively, I enjoy the process. If I was just doing it for me and I didn't care whether anybody else sees what I did, then I could possibly live with that and just crack on regardless. But that's not why I'm doing it. It's just an inkling of why I'm doing it, because I like the creative aspect of that. And it's nice to produce something and then see the end product and be proud of what you've produced. I was watching Arnold Schwarzenegger giving a speech on stage recently. It's one of these, probably a college commencement ceremony, these motivational things. And he was talking about how he became who he became. It's really inspiring, actually. I'm probably going to link it in this description because I will share. If I find something on my journey when I'm in the rabbit hole of YouTube and online, and I think it's worth you guys seeing, I'm going to share it. So I'll share this Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm assuming a commencement speech. Really, really motivating. But there was part of it that really struck a chord with me. And he was quoting somebody else. It was Ted Turner, I believe. Is he the founder of CNN in the US? Big entrepreneur, business guy. And Ted Turner says this, and he has a famous quote, and it's early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise. Again, never a truer word has been spoken. So why do all that work? Why produce a video and be proud of something for nothing to happen to it? For you to upload it in this instance, onto the platform of YouTube and get very, very few views. And no, you're not getting the reward that advertising it deserves. That's what we're here for in life. We're here to grow, to reflect, to learn from our experiences and to share our knowledge with others, to share our experiences with others. I thoroughly enjoy the process of making history videos, whether it's ghost orientated, just a mystery, or general history. It's just a shame that maybe not many other people enjoy and have the same passion with watching those videos that I'd like. No, I don't need to travel. I think I don't need to maybe visit these locations to tell the stories that I'm telling. Nothing. There was no reason for me to travel an hour and a half up to Holy Island yesterday to record that video, especially if it's going to get the same amount of views, possibly less, than I would have got had I just stayed in my home office, home studio, put my studio lights on, told the same stories, used some photos, some B-roll, over the top. I've saved myself a full tank of fuel, 5-6 hours of being on site, and I could just do it in my home office. So you do still have to wonder sometimes, what's the point? Why put yourself out there? Put your head above the parapet and you just get crickets. Oh, I want to go and live in Spain. And I'm going to do that very soon. I think I'm getting to the end of my tether here in the UK. God, you only live once. Seize the moment. You've got to do what makes you happy. You've got to do what makes you come alive. In the words of Hugh Jackman in The Greatest Showman, come alive. You can't beat a Starbucks cappuccino for a dog. What a treat.